Hello, Durud and Shalom. Hi, everyone. Wow, I see the chat is busy. Fantastic. A lot of people are already here. Guys, do you know this person? Because some of you contacted me and told me to do Jimmy Dore next. And you ask, and I will deliver. All right. This is good, right? This is what community effort looks like, because you guys are, let me know in the comment section who I should focus on next. I found another way to find these people and basically get the parts that we are saying they're nonsense, they're lies against Israel, for me to respond to. By the way, guys, if at any point Israel attacks the Islamic Republic, we're switching the live to that. I don't know when Israel is going to attack, but if it happens while we're live on air, then everything that we're talking about will completely be pushed aside, and we're going to focus on covering the war. I see Nail Bunny is here, Flying Robot Duck, Amika is here, Jack is here, Stephanie, Shauna, UV, and yeah, Ronnie. Okay, great. The chat is busy. All right, guys. By the way, during the show, if I do get any super chats, I will read the super chats during the show. I appreciate you guys. Let's actually listen to it. Let's just get started. I try to wait a little bit until more people show up, but I just want to listen to what he's saying. Let's look at the first. Yeah, guys, please like the stream. Like the stream so that more people show up. What we're doing here is valuable. Guys, on this channel, we respond to all of the nonsense coming, all of the poison against Israel, all of the lies against Israel. We do a very effective job responding to it. This is basically a master class. This channel, every day, almost every day, unless we have something happens in Iran, and then we'll cover that. But we are most days, we are teaching you exactly how to respond to the anti-Israeli nonsense. So I hope you appreciate that and recommend the channel, because we do a good job here on this channel responding to all of this, right? Play to Win just gave us a super chat. Well, God, we already got a super chat at the beginning of the show. So, guys, again, if I do get any super chats, I do respond to them as super chats, and memberships are a really good way to support the channel. So, thank you for being members, and also thank you for the super chat. Play to Win is saying, Armin, you should read former Soviet intelligence officer Ion Mihi, I don't know how to pronounce that name, book Disinformation, details how the KGB created the Palestinian identity. I don't know if the Palestinian identity was created by the PL. Well, maybe. Okay, maybe I do. I mean, these days there are faster ways of learning history than reading, books. I try to watch videos on double speed, documentaries, and also do a lot of investigations using AI research. So I don't know, but yeah, maybe I'll look into that. Let me screenshot this and then I'll look into it. How about that? That might be interesting. Like if I need to read the book, I just ask AI to go give me the main content of a book, and I'll just read that. That's what I do usually now. But I will look into that. But thank you so much, Play to Win. That was an interesting suggestion. I will look into that. All right, let's play this first. Okay, where's the banner? I forgot to put the banner here so that when people come here, they know what the stream is about. Let me put up the banner. So, because when you put the banner, when people are just going through their short videos and they see the text at the top, they have a really quick understanding of what the show is about, and they're more likely to stay if we do that. So let's put this banner up here. Okay, there we go. We have a banner up. All right, let's listen to Jimmy here, see what he says.
Israel is a cancer on the West, and it's going to metastasize into World War III if we let it. And I think it's going to. They're an occupying force. So they're the colonial settlers. They're the occupiers. It's an apartheid state. No one denies that except the Zionists. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that they try to conflate Zionism with Judaism. Like I have a lot of Jewish friends. I love Jews. I hate Zionism. Mm-hmm. And the Zionists want you to, they want to conflate being a Jew with being a Zionist, which it's not the same thing at all. No. Because if they can do that, then they can say you're anti-Semitic if you criticize Zionism.
Wow. That was so much nonsense packed in just 1 minute. Like I could do an entire live stream basically unpacking all of the BS that was just spread. Okay, let's just go through it second by second and respond to it. Okay?
Israel is a cancer on the West, and
you are a cancer on the West. You and anti-Semites like you, and I will explain to you why you're an anti-Semite. And again, Flying Robot Duck in the chat was saying anti-Semitism is the cancer. Israel is a beacon of hope and civilization. Yes, exactly. In fact, the cancer is people like you and people who think like you, and Islamism and wokeism and Marxism and anti-Semitism, anti-liberalism, anti-Western values. That's the cancer. And in fact, Israel is the cure. You are the disease. Israel is the cure. When it comes to cancers, tumors around the world, Israel is the chemotherapy. That's what it is. Israel is the solution to the cancer that we are facing with, especially to the Islamist cancer. So thank you, Israel, for being the cure that the fighting the evil that many other countries are unwilling to. So it's so crazy that the one thing that is fighting the cancer that is spreading around the world, you call that the cancer. And again, that makes you part of the cancer.
and it's going to metastasize into World War III if we let it.
Okay, this by itself is enough to just not do the stream anymore, to finish the stream. Anybody who suggested that what Israel is doing in the Middle East could lead to World War III could be dismissed forever, unless they come and say that, oh yeah, we were wrong, we were completely uninformed, and everything I believe is based on false information. Anybody, including Tucker Carlson, by the way, who came and suggested to you ever that any conflict with the Islamic Republic, Hezbollah, Hamas, or the Houthis could lead to World War III is an idiot, and they're completely clueless, and they don't even have the most basic understanding of geopolitics in the Middle East, and they're commenting on it with such high level of confidence, pretending to be the authority on the subject. They don't even know the basics. World War III? Are you kidding me, guys? How? Yeah, exactly. How many subs? He has 1.6 million subs. Yeah, guys. With these takes, this shows how much anti-Semitism sells. How on earth would we enter World War III? What is the world power that is going to get involved? Which one of the enemies of Israel is going to get world powers involved on the side of the people that Israel is fighting? The Islamic Republic is a paper tiger. Many of you did not believe that. And then after the 12-day war, it has become obvious to more of you that what we have been saying on this channel was true. So you're welcome. Maybe you should listen to us here on this channel on Atheist Republic more than Jimmy Dore, so that you wouldn't embarrass yourself. And Atheist Republic, we told you, guys, what did I say for a couple of years before the 12-day war? You guys said that, oh, Russia, if anybody attacks the Islamic Republic, Russia will get involved. Russia is an ally of the Islamic Republic, and they will get involved. What did I say? I told you way before the 12-day war that the most Russia and China will do is two things. One of them is for sure, and the second one is a maybe. The first one is, in defense of the Islamic Republic, they would write strongly worded letters condemning or looking down upon attacks against the Islamic Republic. They were like, oh, you should not do that. No, don't do that. That's one thing they would do. The second thing they might do is that they would continue selling weapons to the Islamic Republic. That's it. And the interesting thing is that they are now starting to stop doing the second one, like China, for example, right? But not only I was right, I was completely correct. China and Russia Why would they? Okay, Jimmy. Why on earth would Russia or China? But for people who are not following, for this to turn into a world war, the world has to get involved. If you think what Israel is pulling us into World War III, the definition of a world war is that it's not regional and the world will get involved. So on one side, you have Israel and its allies, and on other side, you need to have the axis of resistance with the leadership of the Islamic Republic and its allies. Who are its allies? I give you a hint. No, I give you the answer. There are no allies. There are no allies. Why, Jimmy? Why would China or Russia come and fight Israel? Is that what you thought was going to happen? To defend the Islamic Republic? Do you know, even when it comes to the Islamic side, the Islamic Republic in Iran is not China's or even Russia's favorite? Do you know, even if Israel was not involved, between the Islamic Republic in Iran on one side and the Saudi Arabia and the UAE and Qatar and Bahrain on the other side, both China and Russia will pick the second side, not the Islamic Republic. Why on earth would they participate in a war? What would be the benefit to Russia and China to come get involved in a military campaign against the enemies of the Islamic Republic? Are you insane? Are you this requires a degree of ignorance on geopolitics in the Middle East that I don't even know what to, again. And look at the confidence. I mean, that by itself, anybody who suggested that this could put us into World War III, that by itself just shows that they are up completely clueless. Do you understand? For it to be World War, you need to have world powers involved on both sides for this to become much wider conflict. How would this be turned into a World War? How? Anybody in the chat? In fact, not only, this is actually the surprising, this is not only, I didn't predict it, I did predict that they will not come help the Islamic Republic if a war happens, but I was even surprised, because not only did Putin not come to defend the Islamic Republic, Putin actually came out and said that when they asked him, are you going to do anything to support the Islamic Republic? He actually showed sympathy and close ties to Israel. He said, like, he told the journalists, you guys know that a huge part of Israel are Russian-speaking people, right? That's what Putin said. Because Putin, for some reason, just thinks that everybody who speaks Russian, like he thinks that people who speak Russian are his people, right? So when he looks at Israel and he sees so many people there speaking Russian or having Russian origins, and like, these are my people. That's what Putin says. And he said that. He said that when journalists specifically asked Putin, why wouldn't he come? Is he going to come and defend the Islamic Republic? By saying that so many Israelis are Russian-speaking people, he basically said that you guys, obviously, between the Islamic Republic and Israel, we're more on Israel's side. That's what Putin said. Somebody in chat saying, why are you lying? Why am I lying? Go look this up. This is on the news. Liar. People in the chat, if somebody are coming, liar, you know, why are you lying? This is somebody in the chat is saying. Oh, keep crying, Look at this. You were saying Putin cares. Yes, apparently Putin cares about Israel because many of you speak Russian. Not that I'm defending him. The guy is a criminal. I don't like Putin. But yeah. So let's continue.
And I think it's gonna. They're an occupying force. So they're the colonial settlers. They're the occupiers.
They are the colonial settlers. They are settlers. They're not colonial. They're actually anti-colonial. They are occupiers. They occupied land in that area that was no country, that was not a country, that nobody was living in, and they only occupied more areas once the Arab countries attacked them, and they occupied those areas in an act of self-defense. They were completely willing to share that land with Arabs, and they were, when they came in, they only, oh wait, somebody's spamming. If you, yeah, okay, if you spam the chat, guys, do we have admins here? Let me just ban him myself. Ban. Yeah, okay, cleaned up, clean the mess. If you spam, you will get banned. You could come here and tell me, call me liar and swear at me or give me your opinions, but if you spam the chat so that other people cannot use the chat, you will get banned. Let me make sure that I put all messages instead of just the top messages. So where was I saying? Where were we? Oh yeah. So occupiers, yeah. Well, occupying. So when Israel started, there were two types of settling. Either they bought land from Israel that they paid for, or they were settling in places where most of the settlement was in places that nobody was living. And also that area was not a country because it belonged to the Ottoman Empire. So after the Ottoman Empire fell, it was no country there. So they were occupying empty land that belonged to nobody. So, and also calling them settler colonialists, they're not colonized, they're not like, look at this.
Settlers, they're the
This settling is not I don't understand why settler is a bad word. Like that's a good word. When you go settle somewhere,
they're the colonial settlers.
They're not colonial settlers. They're anti-colonial, anti-Islamic colonial. Like they're a nation. They're an independent nation state. How is that colonial? Can somebody explain to me how is that colonial? They are an independent nation state. What colony are we talking about? Let me see. We got a super chat. Let me respond to the super chat. Ajax saying, can we talk about the USS Liberty and not Putin? Oh yeah, I saw them moving into, guys, I don't know, there's something happening. That's why I'm saying that I'm ready to switch the topic. I'm waiting for, maybe we could talk about the next stream. I will make that topic. How about that? I could, if I see there's more signs that everybody is getting ready for an attack, maybe I will make the next stream about that. Would that be good? I could do that. But thank you for the super chat. So tomorrow, maybe we'll see. I'm gonna see. I will gather all the evidence that suggests that we are a war between Israel and the Islamic Republic might be happening any moment now, for us to evaluate if that's the case or not. Somebody is saying in the chat. Hold on, let me highlight this. This person is saying your Iranian accent is ugly as fuck. Okay. Well, why are you here then? Why are you torturing yourself? My Iranian accent is ugly? Then, okay, it might be ugly, but why are you retarded? Leave. Why are you sitting here and torturing yourself with my ugly accent? Yeah. You must not like yourself very much then. All right, let's continue.
Occupiers. It's an apartheid state. No one denies that except the Zionists. And
somebody's saying, why are you supporting Israel? Because Israel is on the right side of history, but also because Israel is paying the heaviest price to fight the evil in the world, the greatest evil in the world, which is the Islamic Republic that has occupied my country. You want to talk about occupiers? The Islamic Republic has occupied my country, Iran, and nobody in the world is doing anything about it except Israel. Israel is fighting the greatest evil, which is the Islamic Republic. That's why I'm supporting Israel. And you should too. If you care about the world, you should be supporting Israel, because Israel is saving the world from its greatest evil.
The Zionists. And the thing is that they try to conflate Zionism with Judaism. Like I have a lot of Jewish friends. I love Jews. I hate Zionism.
Yeah, I love Jews. I hate Zionism. If you hate Zionism, you're anti-Jewish. If you hate Zionism, what is Zionism? Zionism is Jewish people's right to self-determination. Zionism is Jewish people figuring out a mechanism to defend themselves against all the anti-Semitism in the world. If you are anti-Zionism, you are in effect anti-Semitic, even if you don't know it. So when you say I love Jews but I hate Zionism, you're basically like one of those Nazis that says like, well, I like some Jewish people. That guy that we have playing the violin for us, I like him. Not all of them are bad. That's you. You're like one of those people. If you're anti-Zionism, you're also anti-Jew and you're an anti-Semite. Yeah, I love Jewish people, but I'm against the best mechanism for them to defend themselves, which is Zionism. I love Jewish people, but I'm against their right to their right to self determination, which is Zionism. Yeah, sure, buddy. You're an anti-Semite. Oh, thank you. Somebody's saying Armin is great. Long live Armin. Well, thank you. Yes, exactly. Shauna is saying I love Shauna is saying I love Finns. I just hate Finlandism. Yes. I love Americans, but I just hate them being able to have a country and defend themselves. And I'm just against the existence of the United States. I just want them all to be countryless and not be able to defend themselves against threats. Yeah, sure. Somebody said, wait, is this against me? Somebody saying, work on your English, dude. If you're talking to me, I think most people in the chat understand what I'm saying. My English is at the level where most people understand me. Wait, hold it. Are you talking to me? Sid saying, work on your English, dude. Guys, I think my English is good enough for everybody to here to understand. Unless you're talking to someone else. So, somebody's saying, "Are you from APAC?" Well, no, but I would be if they wanna contact. I think APAC is just for Americans. So I'm Iranian Canadian. Oh yeah, exactly. I that's a good one. The super chat, angry keyboard warrior saying, "I have black friends." Nope, I have Jewish friends. Yes, I'm not racist. I have black friends. I mean, to be fair, if you genuinely have black friends, but and also not supporting a cause that hurts black people, that might be a point in your favor, right? But if you say I have black friends, but also I don't know, supporting the KKK, right? Then sure. I don't think your black friends count as much. So let's continue.
And the Zionists want you to, they want to conflate being a Jew with being a Zionist, which they're.
No. You're an idiot. The Zionists don't want you to conflate being a Jew with being a Zionist. They just have the correct definition of being Jew and being Zionist is different. In fact, many Zionists understand that some Jews are ignorant and they're anti-Zionist. They know that. They don't conflate that. You're an idiot. That's a straw man. That's a straw man, Jimmy. They don't say that. They just understand that Zionism is the best way to defend Jews and give them the right to self-determination. That's what Zionism is. They don't say it's the same thing, but they're related, and one of them exists to support the Jews, right? So again, if you don't want to deal with the actual arguments, don't go around and make me like this is you're just making up weak imaginary arguments and responding to them and acting like you have a point. It's easy to win imaginary arguments, Jimmy. It's easy to just make up easy arguments and just act like you won in a point that nobody made. I mean, guys, where do people are going around and saying Zionism is Judaism? Like it's the same thing. I mean, if it was the same thing, why do we have two different names for it?
It's not the same thing at all. No. Because if they can do that, then they can say you're anti-Semitic if you criticize Zionism.
You are anti-Semitic, not because Judaism and Zionism are the same thing, but because Zionism is Jews' right to self-determination, and you're taking that away from them. That's what makes you anti-Semitic. Oh, we got another super chat. Guys, you guys are being very generous today. Thank you. Laid back pedal. Pedal pusher. But the $3 super chat. I like your username here. I'm getting used to just reading the usernames here. Well, thank you, laid back pedal pusher. I appreciate the support. Oh, look at this. The anti-Zionists in the chat are angry. Look at this guy saying disgusting. And this guy saying piss off, Nazi. That's actually creative. Wow, you guys are butthurt. Look at the anti-Semites in the chat are so butthurt. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Guys, point and laugh. Point and laugh at the racists in the chat. The racists were calling us Nazi. The anti-Jewish anti-Semites in the chat. Yeah, exactly. Look at them, so butthurt. Oh my god, look at them here. This is good. It's busy here, guys. It's busy. It's busy. All right, let's watch this one. Let's see what he says here.
Heinous that its own AI.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, yes. Oh, Jenny, thank you for the super chat. I mean, for being a member for 13 months, saying free Palestine from Hamas, Am Israel Chai. Yes, good. Say that. Get on the nerve of the anti-Semites in the chat. Good job. Thank you for that. And thank you for being a member for 13 months. So let's watch this.
Israel's genocidal regime is so heinous that its own AI-powered social media bot has turned against the regime. You can't make this up. Israel invented an AI tool and it turned on them. Do you know how evil you have to be for a computer program that you designed to serve you to turn against you? Pro-Israel social media bot goes rogue, calls IDF soldiers white colonizers in apartheid Israel. So the AI-powered bot criticized the same social media accounts it was meant to promote and blamed Israel for the U.S. plan to ban TikToks, and even encouraged followers to show solidarity with Gaza. Even a digital program is smarter than most of my friends in Hollywood.
Wow. Guys, this is so good. You know why this is so good? Because look at what they have, what they're offering as evidence. They have nothing. This the same people who call what Israel is doing in Gaza a genocide. This is what they refer to as evidence. This shows you that they're speaking out of their ass, because his evidence for why Israel is evil is a glitchy bot. It's a glitchy bot. Let me actually see what happened. Hold on. Let me ask ChatGPT. What was the glitchy bot at Israel? Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this was a social media AI that they made, and it had a glitch. It switched tone, posting claims like denying that an Israeli family was okay, guys. So this bot that Jimmy Dore is using as his evidence was denying that an Israeli family was killed on October 7th. So yeah, what an amazing source, Jimmy, just denying what actual events had happened. And also it suggested that Israel was behind a proposed US TikTok ban. Wow, okay, so just making conspiracy theories up. Calling IDF soldiers white colonizers in an apartheid state. I mean, obviously, an AI bot that is using the word white colonizers, just being racist against white people, is such a great source of information, Jimmy. So what happened? This was due to a poor oversight and technical glitches and weak editorial control. Without strong human moderation, the AI defaulted into unpredictable or wrongful statements. So, yeah. So just an AI bot mistakenly turning against Israel, going glitchy, that is his evidence. That's just a glitch. And this is good because the channel, I don't know, Breezy something, what is this channel? That puts this, they cut this part out as if he had something so significant to say. I'm like, oh my God, mic drop. Even an AI bot is saying that, an AI bot that went glitchy, that is making statements that are obviously wrong and against objective facts. events that we know that happened, because that is calling Israel what, colonizer? This is what they refer to. Again, the people, anti-Israeli people in the chat here, when they call, say Israel is apartheid or settler colonialist, or they're doing genocide in Gaza, this is what they refer to as evidence. That's the level, that's their standard for what they call evidence. A glitchy AI bot. That tells you all about how these people come to their conclusions. Unbelievable. Let me see. We got more super chats. Guys, what's going on? Why are you guys supporting the channel so much? This is amazing. You guys are so generous today. Thank you for supporting this channel. Angry Keyboard Warrior saying lots of explicit hatred against Zionists without explaining how they identify as Zionists, but how dare you suggest they're referring to Jews? Exactly. Exactly, Angry Keyboard Warrior. It's just basically, this is just a cover for just being anti-Jewish. This is a very good point. Love it. Good job, Angry Keyboard Warrior. And then we have Graham saying, why is Candace Owens just asking questions about Macron's wife, yet not a peep about the so-called nun interviewed by Tucker Carlson? Actually, I need to look into that. What happened there? I need to go look into that. Okay, I'm going to screenshot this because maybe I'm going to go back to this. What happened over there? So maybe I'll turn that into a show. But thank you, Graham. Thank you for the super chat. Hold on. Look at this. Somebody in chat saying to me, this guy is like a black man that would defend his slave masters in 1873. Wow. Sure. Me as an Iranian, my country has been occupied by the Islamic Republic. Me defending the greatest force against the occupiers of my country is like a black man defending slave masters. Sure, buddy. Sure, great analogy. Wow, so smart. Unbelievable. Morons in the chat. I mean, they're anti-Semites, of course they're morons. But let me continue with this.
Israel's genocidal regime is so...
Oh, yeah. We already responded to that one. Let's go to the next video. How about that? What is this one? Is this on Tucker or somewhere else?
My red line is genocide. I would turn to people who...
Oh, wow, guys. Jimmy's red line is genocide. Unlike the rest of you who are pro-genocide, he's anti-genocide. Wow, guys, congratulations. This man doesn't like genocide. Wow, what a hero. Guys, so brave. Not that many people come out and just take such a daring position to just come clearly and say to the world that, you know what, I'm going to make a stand. I am actually anti-genocide. You know what, guys? I'm also going to be brave. I'm going to say I'm also against rape. Okay, I'm also against mass murder. I'm also against. You know what? I'm just going to go completely over. It needs to be said. It needs to be said, guys. I don't know if I'm going to survive after I say this. They might remove my channel. I might get a strike, but I have to say it, okay? I know it's going to be very brave. It's going to be daring, but here's the thing. Here's it, okay? Guys, I'm against bad things. I don't like them. I'm against bad things. And I'm going to say one more thing, okay? One more thing, okay? I'm also in favor of good things. I like good things. I think good things are good. And I think bad things are bad. There it goes. I said it. Good things are good. And bad things are bad. Somebody had to say it. And I said it. Okay. It's brave, Evan. I know it's, not many people there, but it had to be said. Guys, if I get canceled, please don't forget me. Okay, let's listen to this again.
My red line is genocide. I would turn to people who are liberal their whole life, and I'm like, so you stand with the people of Palestine, right? They're like, Kamala's not the president.
There is no people of Palestine. There is no such thing as people of Palestine. Okay, there's people of Gaza. There's people of West Bank. There is people of Palestine. They're called terrorists. Okay, Palestinian is a terrorist identity. Okay, it's not a national identity. So if you say you stand with people of Palestine, no, we don't. We do not stand with terrorists. We do. I do stand with people in Gaza. That's why I'm against the Palestinian cause. That's why I'm against Hamas. That's why I'm pro IDF, that has done more than any other army, any other entity to save the people in Gaza from Hamas. But no, Palestine, no. There is no Palestine unless you mean the terrorist cause called the Palestinian cause, okay? But when it comes to that place and the people there, their identity is Arab. They don't have a nation. There is no such thing as a Palestinian nation. And that location is Gaza. It should not be referred to as Palestine. I mean, if you're anti-imperialist, why are you using an imperialist name? Palestine is a Roman imperialist name. Use the native name for that land. The native name for that land is Israel. Palestine is a Roman imperialist name, foreign to that land. Yes. So there is no Palestine.
My red line is genocide.
Yeah, exactly. There's no P in Arabic, guys. There's no P in Arabic. That's how foreign that name is to that area.
My red line is genocide. I would turn to people who are liberal their whole life, and I'm like, so you stand with the people of Palestine, right? And they're like, Kamala's not the president of the Middle East. They'll say things like that. And I'm like, what? But she is funding it. And it's like, well, Trump is going to be worse. What is he going to do? Dig up the dead babies and kill them again? If Trump is worse, then we deal with Trump when that happens. But right now, you cannot reward what the Democratic administration is doing.
Look how they put echo in his voice as if to make it more profound. Guys, the echo and the music is just convincing me, okay? I wouldn't agree with Jimmy, but the echo just makes it sound so divine and profound. The echo is really hard to argue with an argument that has echo in there, right? Look at that.
Like, what? But she is funding it. And it's like, well, Trump is going to be worse. What is he going to do? Dig up the dead babies and kill them again? If Trump is worse, then we deal with Trump when that happens. But right now, you cannot reward what the Democratic administration is doing, what Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. You cannot reward them with your vote. You have to make them pay a price. So there's no red line. I have a red line. My red line is genocide. And, Kamala Harris could come get my vote. If she said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to fund Israel anymore. That's their problem. Or it's something. She won't do it. And so if you're willing to go along with that, there's no doubt you're not voting for a lesser evil. You're just voting for straight up evil, and you're doing mental gymnastics to make yourself feel better about it.
Okay, guys, can the people who keep saying Israel is committing genocide in Gaza, do they even know the definition of genocide? Do you think they know what genocide means? Do they think, like, once you reach a certain number, then you can call it genocide? Is that what they think the definition is? They're like, hey, guys, if you're at 29,999 people killed, that is not genocide. And then once you get to 30,000, that's all of a sudden genocide. Do they think it's based on numbers? How much do you want to bet that most of the vast majority of the people who are constantly saying Israel is doing genocide in Gaza have not a clue what genocide means? What do you think? Oh, Jack, I don't know if that's the reason why Harris lost. I don't know. No, they don't. Yeah, I agree. No, they don't. So you guys answered that while I read the super chats. I'm just saying, if you are a Pali-Nazi, oh, you're copying them. That's interesting. If you're a Pali-Nazi, please comment free Palestine. Thank you, Ami. That's good. That's a good one. Pali-Nazi. Actually, the Palestinian cause was, I'm not actually I'm not just saying this to be, to piss these people off. This is actually genuinely accurate, right? Because, I'm not just saying this just to be negative toward it, because Islamism is not much like Nazism, okay? But Pan-Arabism is like Nazism. So Pan-Arabism is closer to Nazism than Islamism. And the Palestinian cause started as Pan-Arabism. because Islamism is not about racial supremacy. It's about as like a ideological supremacy, but not racial supremacy. But the Palestinian cause before Hamas was more a pan-Arabist movement, and because it was about Arab supremacy, then it was very Nazi-like. So yeah, the Palestinian cause started as something that was very Nazi-like before it became Islamic, which is another type of evil, also evil, but a different type of evil. So then we got more super chats. Thank you so much for the super chat saying Palestina is Roman name. You do it. Yeah, that's what I said. You calling me? That's exactly what I said. That's why I called it Palestine is from the Roman Empire. That's what I said. That's why I referred to it as an imperialist name. These people. That's why I said that the people who act like they're anti-imperialists, they pretend like they're anti-imperialists, even though Israel, which is a nation state, is today an anti-imperialist force. But also throughout its history, when it was fighting against the Roman Empire, back then it was also anti-imperialist, and today is also anti-imperial. Israel is anti-imperialist in three different ways. Historically, in ancient times, it fought against the Roman Empire, and then later, actually in four ways, Israel is anti-imperialist. And then at its foundation, when it became a nation state, at the time of the birth of nation states, the very concept of a nation state is an anti-imperialist concept. So that in that way, every nation state is anti-imperialist, because it gives the right to self-determination to people in one area, based on what they want for that area. So that's the second way. The third way Israel is anti-imperialist is because initially its enemies were pan-Arabists, and the pan-Arabists were trying to make an Arab empire, Jamal Abdel Nasser, and Israel stopped that. And it was an anti-imperial, this tiny country, they were trying to make an Arab empire, and Israel, the tiny country that stood in the way and destroyed all of the pan-Arabist ambitions. And then after that, we had, so actually there's more, there's five ways. Then we had the Muslim Brotherhood trying to bring about an Sunni Islamic empire, and Israel stopped that as well and defeated all these countries that were trying to destroy Israel, because Israel was in the middle of them. So that was against pan-Arabists. But again, the Muslim Brotherhood was also fighting against Israel because Israel was in the way of them creating a Sunni Islamic caliphate. They defeated that as well. So that's number 4. And then number 5 is the Shias. When the Muslim Brotherhood ideology didn't work in Egypt, it made its way into Iran, and the Islamic Republic was born. And they had a Shia imperialist agenda, and they were trying to make an Islamic imamate. The Sunnis were trying to make an Islamic caliphate, but the Shias were trying to make an Islamic imamate. And now Israel is in the middle of fighting that empire. So that's 5 ways Israel was anti-imperialism. And the fact that the name that Romans gave to that area, the first empire that Israel was fighting against, that successfully was fighting against, because before it was fighting against other empires and they lost. And then the Persians came and helped them. But the first empire, the Romans wasn't successful either. Okay, so more than that, so there's more examples even before the Romans. But the Romans, because they were anti-Jewish, they wanted to change the name of the land to something that is not Israel or Judah. So they changed the name to Palestine. So it was a name forced upon the land by an empire. So Palestine does not belong. That name is not local. It was forced to that land by Romans. Is an imperialist name, and it's not even an Arabic name. And we know that because Arabs don't even have a letter in their alphabet that makes the P sound. That's why they can't even pronounce the name of the land that Romans forced on the land. They have to change Palestine to Philistine. They cannot even pronounce it. They have to say Philistine. That's how foreign this name is. And you're like, free Palestine, free Palestine. Long live the Roman Empire. We might as well say that. Long live the Roman Empire. Right. We got another super chat. Angry keyboard warrior saying some people who accuse Israeli politicians of genocidal rhetoric and dehumanization call Israel a cancer. Yeah, so that's that's very interesting. Like, here's the thing: every country has politicians that say things that we don't agree with. But only Israel gets accused of the entire country being evil because some of their politicians. If this standard was applied to every other country, all countries would be evil. All countries would be evil because all I had to do is go and find your craziest politician with the most craziest rhetoric and then basically judge your entire country based on that one politician. I could make every country look like they're evil if I did that. And then we have another super chat saying it's genocide because Hamas says so. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That clarifies things. Well, thank you for the correction. Right. That's it. Yeah. Yes. You cannot argue against Hamas. Oh, thank you. Somebody saying absolutely right, Armin. Well, thank you. I appreciate you appreciating my points. And guys, make sure you like the stream because a lot of anti-Semites are hating it. A lot of anti-Semites are hating on me, so we must be doing something right, right? So make sure you like the stream. All right, let's continue with this.
Is doing what Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. You cannot reward them with your vote. You have to make them pay a price. Nothing. So there's no red line. I have a red line. My red line is genocide. And
oh wait, we already finished this. What am I doing? Let me see. We did everything. Fantastic. Okay, we covered it. I'm not going to do more Jimmy. By the way, guys, see, you asked me to do Jimmy Dore. I did Jimmy Dore. Oh, you guys should email me with suggestions on who are the most important people to respond to. That's my email, armin.navabi@gmail.com. Just be like, Armin. And guys, don't just give me names. Send me videos of people, important people, not just like random people. Important people that are arguing against Israel. Send me their videos. And then when you link the YouTube video or whatever to me, make sure you give me the timestamp. Like, tell me, like, send me a link of a video and be like, Armin, look at this. At minute this and second this, he says this. So I need three things. I need the link of the video, preferably multiple videos of the same person, with the link to where they attack Israel, the timestamp, the minute and second where they're attacking Israel, and an explanation on what they said. Because I'm not going to have time to check every link. I'm going to judge based on your description of what they said to whether it's worthy of a review or not. Okay. And again, guys, if it's anything else, if you're recommending me something that is not relevant, I'm not going to even respond to the email. Okay. It needs to be anti-Israeli content by, people that are having huge impact. So this is a good way for you guys to support the channel by sending me your suggestions on who we need to review. Somebody in the chat is saying Israel does not have a right to defend itself under international law. Oh wow, really? What international law is that? Jack is saying, how big should the person be? Big enough for them to be kind of well known or have at least, I don't know, 200K followers somewhere on YouTube or maybe Twitter. I think 200K is a good way to make sure that they have some influence. Somebody's saying you're your own worst enemy. Oh my God. Somebody's saying don't engage with him. Guys, don't engage with me. Shh. You're engaging with me. Somebody's saying, Angry Keyboard Warrior saying, maybe you could do a response to Vosh. Well, okay, send me the video, multiple videos of him attacking Israel, and with the timestamp of where he said those things. So email me. Again, my email is armin.navabi@gmail.com. So Jack is saying, are 90-minute videos too long to respond to? Yes, of course. Unless you give me the timestamp of where they said the specific thing that I need to respond to. If you send me a 90-minute video, you can send me a 90-minute video. I'm not going to review the entire video. You need to just give me the timestamp and the explanation of what they said on that, in that, in that area, in like in that, on that timestamp. Okay, don't spam the chat or if I'll ban you. Yeah, Nick Fuentes. I don't know if I could review Nick Fuentes. I'm worried if YouTube is going to ban me for showing his videos. So Jack, yeah, if you wanted me to do all the 90 minutes, I can't. You do realize that I cannot do that in 1 hour live streams. I need short parts. I need like short clips. So you have to pick which part. I cannot do the entire thing in my live streams. Anyways, guys, by the way, I'm gonna go to my personal channel after this, Armin Navabi. I am going to give you on that channel. Let me see my personal channel. On my personal channel, I don't talk about politics. I talk about ways to make money online the long way, not the quick, short, quick, rich, quick get rich scams that people have. Because I recently have started a couple of businesses on the side, and it's working very well. And I'm using some tools. I'm using AI and proven ways to grow them. And my personal channel is very small. It's called Armin Navabi. There's not that many people that come there. And that's why we have a small community. And I just share people my methods of growing my business. And we just have a good community there of talking about making money, starting a business, and then promoting it online. So if you're interested in that, in about half an hour, I'm going to go live on my personal channel. If you search for Armin Navabi, it will show up. And my next stream, which starts in half an hour on my personal channel, is called Make Videos Every Day or Get Left Behind. So in that video, I will give you the best argument for why posting videos every single day is the most important investment you could make, and all the benefits from it, and why you cannot afford not to do this. It's better investment than stocks, Bitcoin, anything. Okay. And I will convince you why that is. And after you watch the video, if you're not convinced that you need to do this, it's because you probably didn't understand what I said. So if you're interested in that, and this will be relevant to most people, and I will tell you why. So again, the stream is called Make Videos Every Day or Get Left Behind. It's on my personal channel, Armin Navabi. And yeah, come over there in half an hour. I'm gonna get started. Hope to see you guys there. And don't forget to like the stream. And make sure you like and subscribe this one. Okay? All right, guys. I'm gonna head out. Thank you for being here. I'm Israel Kai. Javicha. Mwah. Did I respond to all the super chat? Yes, I did. Okay. Bye, guys.